All right, for the next batch of articles, all Titanfall fans, come to the front. Now, if you follow the podcast at youtube.com/GI updates, you would know we covered this story, this rumor. I think I covered it on the stream last week as well. There was a rumor floating around that the developers of Splitgate 1 and 2 plus Splitgate 2.5, after they rebooted it after the MAGA incident, they were working on another game that was supposed to be a spiritual successor to Titanfall. Well, apparently somebody leaked it online earlier today. It had forced 1047 Games to announce they are in fact working on a new Titanfall-inspired game. They tweeted out, "We wanted to share Impulse on our own terms, but leaks happen. We knew the risk and took it anyway, but getting real feedback early matters more to us than a perfect reveal. We're a team that loves movement shooters, and we're putting that passion into Impulse, a brand new 6v6 movement shooter. Our goal from day one is to build Impulse with our community and incorporate your feedback as we go. We'll have more to share on Impulse soon. In the meantime, come along for the journey and help us build the game possible." I said it on the podcast. I think the CEO fucked up, but he didn't do anything, in my opinion, where I'm like, you can't come back from it. It was a terrible fucking joke. And also the microtransactions. So if you want people to come back and try your game, you're going to have to drop a heat rock. At bare minimum, I will. Yeah, this is the last chance. I will say that much. At bare minimum, I'll give y'all a compliment. I think Impulse is a good name. Simple, clean, easy to remember. I talk about this on my stream all the time. I feel like it's way too many games with weird ass, long ass names. It's already hard to get somebody to try your game. So if it sounds extra weird and nerdy, these gangsta ass gamers that play Roblox come get dressed with me, they're not playing this shit. Ain't that funny? Niggas who swear they too tough to play Expedition 33 play Roblox get dressed with me. But anyways, that's not the point. I think it's a good branding name. And then the official account the official account tweeted out this shit. Impulse is an upcoming fast-paced 6v6 movement shooter. Wall run, grapple, hollow jump. What the fuck does that mean? Pilot mechs and paint your way through Freehold's vertical streets, outmove your opponent, or get outgunned. I wonder where the money is coming from when they're making new games every 6 months. I know, I seen a tweet that somebody said that. Who the fuck is funding them? Because Splitgate 2 ain't make no money. They must be getting like Saudi investment firm money or some shit like that, bro. They play Roblox to cosplay as YNs. Yeah, they be playing on the Chirac server. That shit is weird as hell, bro. This sounds like it's gonna be something for the movement demons. We got some screenshots. Is there a trailer for this? So that's what the mechs will look like, and then the characters. It looks a little Fortnite-y. We got some map design. I'm scared. It's been too long since Titanfall 2. I feel like it's not gonna feel the same. I mean, ultimately, Titanfall 2 was a failure. Friendly reminder. So, if they do something that gets that adds to the formula and captivates people, it could work. Half cash, half stock type shit. You know it. Looks corny. I don't think it looks corny. Not particularly my favorite art style, but as long as the gameplay is fun, that's all that matters. And then they also tweeted, "We are hosting an Ask Me Anything tomorrow, May 21st at 9:30 a.m. PST to talk about all things Impulse." So if you have any questions that you want to get answered from the developers, they're doing an AMA on the Reddit. I'm dropping the link in the chat. Let's see. It's all for taxes. You think this game's gonna be a tax write-off? I don't know about all that. But I gotta see some actual gameplay. What else we got from it? Oh, and then I guess they've been testing this game low-key because some content creators came out and said they played the game. Mr. The Marco Show tweeted out, the movement is solid, very Titanfall-esque. Gunplay is solid, like Split Gates, but with more streamlined, simplified weapons, as well as a few unique ones like an exploding SMG. The paint mechanic is what I'm most excited for you all to see. Some paint makes you faster, some heals you, etc. I think it's very fun and a unique idea that ties into the movement as well. I wonder what this means. Is it like perks maybe on the map that you can pick up or something like that? I don't understand what that means. I understand what it does, but I don't understand how it works. The mechs are a lot different than Titanfall. They are less overpowered and are more like power weapons. However, I'm iffy on how they're implemented. Hopefully they'll improve how it feels to pilot them. I'm not opposed to them not being less powerful. Like sometimes that was annoying about Titanfall. If a really good pilot would get a Titan and they would just dominate the fucking map. I personally, my favorite thing about Titanfall was actually the movement and the pilot gameplay. It wasn't the Titans. Matter of fact, my most played mode was the pilot versus pilot mode. It wasn't any mode with the Titans in it. Titans were cool, but my favorite thing about it was the movement and the gunplay. Aesthetically a little basic, but I do think it's better than how Splitgate looked. Overall, super hyped for this game. Loads of potential here, but I do think it needs more time to cook in the oven. So hopefully the early access leads to great feedback and strong improvements. I think they're going back to their roots, and Brink on 360 Xbox One Connect was akin to what it sounds like. Their roots. This is a newer studio though. Shout out to the 700 we got on YouTube. Hit the like button. Sounds like a fun game. I don't know why y'all complaining about graphics. Y'all can't see past 30 FPS, remember? Facts. They can't see past it. As long as the game is priced correctly, like this is like because to me, I'm getting $30, $40 vibe game. As long as it's priced correctly. This person said, I tested the new FPS from 1047 Games, the creators of Splitgate, and it's a lot of fun and will appeal to the masses more than the first two games ever did. And then he lists all the I wish he would have went more into details. This was just kind of glazing. At least the last guy gave some actual feedback. He's just like, I like it. Everybody's going to play it. I'm just letting you know, I've learned over the years, you got to be very careful when you preview games, how you word things. Because if this shit is trash, they're going to come after your ass. And then let me see, is there a Steam page for this shit? Would it be on PS4? Come on, y'all. Stop asking about PS4. I'm in a good mood today. Don't ask me about that shit. Let's see. Impulse. The Steam page is up. He said block him. I'm going to add it to the wish list so I can be notified. Impulse is an upcoming fast-paced 6v6 movement shooter. Wall run, grapple, hollow jump, pilot mechs, and paint your way through freeholds, vertical streets, outmove your opponent, or get outgunned. Also, they have more screenshots. Are these the same ones from Twitter? Yeah, he just took them from the Steam page. Oh, nothing else? Damn, y'all really forced their hand. They wasn't ready to show this shit. It says coming soon. Excuse me. Look at, I see Watts. Watts already hit wish list on the game. Who else is this? Ethos, and shout out to Ethos and Watts. They already hit wish list on the game. That's funny. An impulse movement is at the core of every fight. Wall run forward and backwards. Swing with a grappling hook. Launch off hollow jumps. And alter surfaces with paint bombs to gain tactical advantage. Every district and freehold gives you the surfaces, the verticality, and the routes to chain together movement and find your flow state. Claim the mech and control the fight. Player controllable mechs spawn on the map armed with heavy weapons and unique abilities and a massive health pool. Claim one to dominate the next firefight or rally your squad to bring one down and swing momentum back in the favor. So the mechs, it sounds like maybe they're like you're not playing as pilots, but mechs are going to be items on the map that you have to fight for, which is a different spin on it. I'm not opposed to that. That's interesting. It could be a little bit more balanced. We'll see how it plays. We'll keep an eye on this, chat. We're going to keep an eye on this one. We sleeping with one eye open. I don't give a fuck that much about the art style. As long as the gunplay is good in the movement. Have you heard of anything being special being revealed at the new state of play? Did I cover that yesterday? I don't think I did. Absolute Green Arrow's trending. I need to read that. I got it. Did I cover that yesterday? I don't remember. I don't think I did. Did I forget to save this one? I knew this was coming, but I think I forgot to save it. No, they announced it today. Oh, okay. I forgot to save the article then. I'm bugging. Oh, well, let me put this on then. PlayStation confirms new state. I knew I forgot something. PlayStation confirms new state of play with extended look at Marvel's Wolverine. PlayStation's new state of play will be on Tuesday, June 2nd. The showcase promises more than 60 minutes of updates, announcements, and gameplay reveals from top studios around the world. The next state of play will stream on PlayStation's YouTube and Twitch channels at 2 p.m. PST, blah, 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 blah. What to expect. Beyond Marvel's Wolverine, Sony hasn't confirmed any other PlayStation 5 games for June's state of play. Sony, I have a hard time believing they're going to do Wolverine for 60 minutes straight. Sony's first-party studios have a handful of announcement games in the works, including Santa Monica Studios' God of War Trilogy remake, Naughty Dog's Intergalactic The Heretic Prophet, and Guerrilla Games' Horizon Hunter's Gathering. Sony is also rumored to be working on a new God of War spin-off game and a modern version of the Infamous franchise. Sony's most recent state of the play, they're just yapping at that point. I hope they show something intergalactic. I don't think we're going to see that. I don't think they're going to see it. They're going to do a Faye game, Kratos' second wife. That's the rumor, but until I see it, I don't believe it. Maybe I'll stream this one. Where's my phone at? I am excited to see what this Wolverine looks like. I need to put a reminder in my phone, though. Let's see. Event add to phone. Let's see. Wolverine state of play. June 2nd. Save. Wait, let me see. 2 p.m. All right, I got it on my phone. Have you heard of the new game called Sumber? Nah, what's that? But a more Marvel token and Wolverine. I can see that. They'll talk about Wolverine for about 15 minutes. Nah, they got to give us at least 20 minutes, man. They got to at least give us 20. What if it's mid? I'll be so sad. Well, let's not think like that. How about that? Let's not think it like that. It's in my phone, so I'll remember. Even if I don't stream it, you know we're gonna bring the article up. Another live service game is dead just a few months after launch. Oh shit, hold up. Let me for the podcast. Let me save that real quick. I forgot to save that. State of play. My bad. Let's see. Save that. I gotta say that to my bookmarks because I forgot to for the podcast. Another live service game is dead just a few months after launch. Oh shit, I forgot. They're feeling pretty confident if they're showing it in theaters. I saw that they're booking out theaters, so they really want people to like get excited about that joint. I feel bad saying this because it sucks when a game fails, but frankly, this may be the least surprising news of the day. Spellcasters Chronicles, the mobile released by Quantic Dream just 3 months ago, has reached the end of the line. The studio said Spellcasters Chronicles has not reached the audience needed to ensure long-term sustainability, and thus development is halted, and it sounds very much like layoffs are happening as a result. I don't even know what this game is. With this project, our team set out to explore new creative territories and create a bold and original multiplayer experience. Spellcasters Chronicles allowed us to experiment with new concepts and bring to life an ambitious game shaped by the talent, creativity, and dedication of everyone involved. However, in today's particularly challenging market environment, the game has not reached the audience needed to ensure its long-term sustainability. Let's go to the Steam page. Which game was this? Oh, is this the one that was made by the Imagine Dragons? Oh, I do remember this game. Yeah, I remember when I saw this, I had zero interest in this shit. There's the problem. Where's the advertising? Nah, I do remember seeing this game. I covered it a couple times on stream. The problem with this game is it just didn't stand out. We've reached the point where people are making so many live service games. Dear game developers and studio and publishers, so many live service games are coming out. You know how your game would stand out? Just make a single player game. Make a unique single player IP that's really cool and you will stand out because everybody keeps making these cartoony ass Fortnite live service multiplayer games. This art style looks exactly like the new Horizon joint. Like, look at this shit. That's another live service game that nobody asked for. Horizon Hunter's Gathering, is that what it's called? What's the difference between this and that other game? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. By the day.
Gave me this command.
It all looks the same. It's uninspired. We've reached the era where corporations are dominating creativity. It looks like the same fucking shit, bruh. That's the problem. Ain't nobody gonna talk about your game because you don't stand out. Make something different. If you're gonna make a live service multiplayer game, at least make something different. Jesus, man. Because I don't like seeing nobody lose their job, but it's like, yo, y'all did this to yourself. This is why I'm big on realism. Nah, I feel like realism doesn't age well. The issue is the art direction on this. Too many of these games look alike. Not gonna lie, if this was single player, I'd play it. Nah. We good off that, man. RIP, man. RIP. Valve asked New York court to dismiss the Counter-Strike lawsuit, says people enjoy surprises and equates loot boxes to gambling is nonsensical. For those who haven't been following the story, we covered this like a month or two ago. The New York Attorney General is suing Valve, saying they're promoting gambling to their audience, which I agree, all this loot box shit is. But according to Valve, Steam, they said, you guys love surprises. Valve has moved to dismiss a lawsuit brought by the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, in February this year, which argues that children and adults alike illegally gamble for a chance to win virtual prizes in Counter-Strike 2. Some of the arguments that Valve brings forward in motion are familiar. This isn't the first time it's compared loot boxes to baseball cards. The case brought by the state of New York essentially argues that Counter-Strike 2's item boxes are a form of unregulated gambling. Counter-Strike 2 award players cases on a similar regular basis, which each of these contain a random item for a particular skin collection and requires key costing $2.50, though players can also choose other awards that do not require keys. People like surprises. Who are they talking about? Yeah, I don't. If I pay for something, I want it. Each of those transactions and many more of them involves a purchase of randomized items that can be resold for cash. Valve's legal team writes in the filing, no court has allowed the executive branch to criminalize overnight such as a breathtaking amount of commonplace conduct not specifically prescribed by a statute. This court should not be the first. They said, get off our dick. Valve's lawyers further argue that loot boxes simply don't fit the statutory definition of gambling because every player always receives exactly what he paid for, one skin per mystery box. There's no stake or risk. Yeah, but you guys are baiting people with ultra rare stuff. That is not why anybody pays for a loot box. They pay for the loot box in hopes. They go gambling in hopes of getting the rare thing that you're advertising. That's bullshit. While users enjoy and subjectively value skins, there's not money, property, and token exchangeables for money or property, credits, or promises. So as a matter of the law, they are not something of value as the term defined under New York's gambling law. Yeah, but y'all sell them skins though, bruh. It sucks. She also is trying to make the argument about video game violence. Yeah, she's killing her argument with that shit. The filing goes on to say that because users are paying that flat fee for a random skin, there's no wagering agreement with Valve. Valve's lawyers further argue that loot boxes are more akin to things like baseball cards, comic book grab bags, cereal and Happy Meal toys, and various other mystery products. I wasn't going to McDonald's for the fucking toy. What are you talking about? That was like a bonus. People enjoy surprises, the filing states. Part of the appeal of many popular collectibles, from baseball cards to cereal boxes, is the possibility of opening a sealed package and being surprised with a rare item. No legislator or court has ever deemed that act as illegal gambling. Yeah, because kids aren't going to the cereal aisle and buying 10 boxes of fucking cereal, bro. Like, what are you talking about, man? The reason Valve is keen on the baseball card comparison is simple. The state argues that Counter-Strike skins have value because players can resell them both via Steam and via third-party trading sites. There are no shortage of examples of guns being sold for allegedly eye-watering amounts. But you know what else has an enormous secondary market? Baseball cards. As Valve's defense filing states, while there is an element of randomness in opening a baseball card pack that includes a one-of-a-kind Aaron Judge rookie card, no legislative or court has ever deemed that act illegal gambling. Well, here's the difference between I see what they're trying to do, and they might have a case if they argue it really well, but this is why I say it is gambling. When you open a card pack, whether it's Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, baseball cards, at no point are there bright shining lights that trigger dopamine triggers in your fucking brain that make you want to buy more. You bought it because you wanted it, bruh. Counter-Strike and every other one of these fucking live service games with these loot crates are doing things that these gambling machines do using the sparkling light. There's studies done on this. I did a whole video on it. The dark psychology of microtransactions. They are using actual brain triggers to trick you into buying more. The problem is, and why I think Valve might get away with this, is I don't think the Attorney General knows how to articulate this stuff, bro. Yeah, they're engineering the addiction. That's what they need to that's where they need to strengthen their argument and go towards. They hire the same people that design games for casinos. Ding, 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 ding. Can parents purchase packs of baseball cards for their children? Can families go to Chuck E. Cheese to play games with a chance in exchanging winning tickets for a prize? That's a terrible argument. That's based off skill. Can a child reach into a cereal box and grab a surprise toy? There's no sparkles coming out. All these actions and more could lead to changeable crimes around. Hey, Attorney General, if you see this stream, you need to lean into how the product is designed it's engineered to people get addicted to it. That's where you need to take your argument, not just the fact that it's a fucking loot crate. Those are also real physical items. That too, which might hold some level of weight or real world value. I'd argue the cards do that too, but buying the packs engineered to be satisfying to open, making it loud to open is shiny as well. Yeah, with like the foil, I feel like that's harder to argue though, with the foil and stuff like that. I get you that and like the shiny stuff. Court is in session. If you want evidence of evil gaming, then ask a gamer. Ask a gamer. Unfortunately, I feel like Valve has a strong defense, and I don't feel like they're counter arguing it very well. This one could go either way, man. As much as I like Steam, I don't like these loot crates and this microtransaction stuff. So like, I would like to see the people win, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see how this one plays out. W gateway drug for people with no control. W gateway drug. Embracer tends to activate Deus Ex, Saints Row, and Time Splitter, as well as Red Faction. In a recent full-year financial update, Embracer Group revealed a full slate of studios, games, and projects in the works. It was an end-to-end collection of everything the conglomerate is working on and included the recently revealed Warhorse projects, a New Kingdom Come game, and an open-world Lord of the Rings RPG. On one slide, Embracer Group listed all the IPs that are sitting on ice with no active development, including the likes of Saints Row, Deus Ex, and Legacy of Kain. The team confirmed that they intend to activate these franchises, potentially bringing them back to life. On the 39th slide of Embracer Group's Monster Financial Update published today as list of under-leveraged games was documented, including Deus Ex, Saints Row, Time Splitter, Thief, Red Faction, and Legacy of Kain. It's a prestigious list, but for the most part, these franchises have sat dormant for many years. Some have been silent for near decades. Embracer referred to these titles as under-leveraged brand equity, stressing that more games are sitting in the vault than just these prolific titles. These titles could ultimately resurface as part of the Fellowship endeavor, one half of Embracer's split, of which side focuses on entertainment production, while the other side leans more into entrepreneurship and business management. This bolstered section of the company includes Middle-earth Enterprises, Warhorse, 4A Games, Crystal Dynamics, Adios Montreal, and Dam Buster Studios, among others. Almost every label is actively working on something. It's impossible to know when or what capacity these franchises will reappear, and they might never resurface at all, depending on how Embracer's pipeline unravels. But the point is that there's a chance that these games could come back. And if you ask me, what deserves a second chance? S tier, Deus Ex, Time Splitters. After that, Red Faction, Legacy of Kain, Saints Row. I don't give a fuck about Thief. I'm sorry. That's a boomer game from the 90s. And that remake that came out like 5-6 years ago, the reboot, that shit was basura. Straight basura. And if you bring Saints Row back, reboot the whole fucking franchise and don't do that goofy shit. We don't want to see Gen Z gangbangers. We don't want to see that shit, bruh. We don't want to see brain rot gangbangers. We want to see real gangbanging goofy shit, bruh. Saints Row 3 was the best. Wrong. Saints Row 2 was. You just like that purple dildo. That last Thief came out 12 years ago. I'm old, bruh. I forgot. That shit was ass, bruh. Brain rot gangbangers might work now, though. Nah. We get off that. And let's see. Let's go in the sub box. That's all I got. What's the data on Thief? It didn't sell well. That was just a bad game, man. That's why that shit didn't sell well. And then also, Thief is just not a popular IP. Like I said, that was a boomer game. Prison Pocket Patrol. What? Shout out to Watts live. Shout out to Homeless live. Any trailers I should be aware of? Sleeping on Saints Row is crazy because it's low-key the most successful GTA competitor. Nah, facts. It just lost its way. I'd argue Saints Row 3 is the worst because it was the catalyst that sent the franchise into that weird-ass kooky... Like, Saints Row 3 was a good game, but it did send the franchise into that kooky-ass lane. It just got too goofy. That's why I think Saints Row 2 is the best. It was a nice balance between serious and funny. War robots. Yeah, it was the beginning of the end. That's a good way of putting it. Pocket bravery. We've already seen that stuff. I don't think there's anything interesting going on in the sub. Skull and Bones? What the hell? Bro, just know GTA 6 is not getting delayed again. Strauss Zelnick has said 3 times in a week that the game is releasing on November 19th. I know that's what he said, but here's some food for thought. I'm gonna go full screen for you. You know billionaires lie, right? Matter of fact, Jeff Bezos said on TV today, was it CNN or Fox or some shit like that? They interviewed him, and this nigga just lied through his fucking fat ass teeth. They asked him about him being taxed more, and he said billionaires getting taxed more would not fix any of society's problems. He said, yeah. He said, you could double my taxes right now. He's like, but I don't think that'll help a fucking teacher in Queens. He said, good point, LOL. I appreciate you took the L. I'm not saying that he was lying. I'm just saying you can't rule it out. Them niggas lie all the fucking time. That's why they're billionaires. You cannot. So like for those unaware, because I've had this conversation with my girl all the time, because she used to be on that shit. Millionaires and billionaires are all evil. And I said, no, that's not true. That's not true. If you actually look at the data, most millionaires in the United States come from poverty and they're self-made. Real American dream shit. If you come up with a good product and you advertise it correctly, you in the chat can become a millionaire. That's the beauty of being an American. But to get to that 100 million to the billionaire shit, that's some other shit. To get into that billionaire class, that's the type of shit where a heavy box falls on a nigga's neck in the Amazon warehouse and you don't pay him out after you fucked up his life, or making sure the wages don't go up. You start fucking people over type shit. Yeah, and then they get crazy tax breaks. It's two different things, and you got a lot to get there. Billionaires should not exist. I do believe in that statement. There's no ethical way to become a billionaire. There's no way. You literally have to shit on people. That's why I've never had a desire to like be one. And I don't know why people want to be one. I'm cool with, let me get a couple mil in my pocket in the bank. You know, I'm cool, bro. People don't understand how much of a difference $1 million to $1 billion is. That's real shit, bro. That's real shit. You don't want to be in that Epstein class anyway. Them niggas is weird, bro. Bad analogy. The mayor just got rid of the city's deficit. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean when I say Jeff Bezos is lying. He said, if you tax me more, that won't solve no problems. New York City was billions in debt, and Mandami already balanced their sheets in months, like his first 6 months. That shit is a straight up fucking lie. And by the way, all those billionaires didn't leave New York either. The city's doing fine. This shit's fucking funny. I still got rats though. What if you become a billionaire through the lottery? You're still not a billionaire because they tax it. Unless it's like 2 billion. I guess that's the only way. Look at this nigga, bro. Well, actually, what if you become a billionaire through the lottery? Well, you know what the fuck Hey, you know what's funny about you saying that? And I'm not mad, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Read the title of my stream. Read the title. Everybody on Twitch, not YouTube. Twitch, what's the title of my stream? Like, you're purposely being obtuse. Okay. Maybe if it was 2 billion, because if it's $1 billion, it's going to get taxed. It's going to fall under $1 billion. If it's 2 billion or more through the lottery and you magically win, I guess you ethically became a fucking billionaire. There you go. You got us. You win the conversation. Dude, when they ended up like 100, that shit is being being purposely obtuse. You know what the fuck we talk. We talk about real world shit. We ain't talking about niggas who in the fucking gas station scratching tickets all day. Anyways, I think even 2 billion would be taxed under $1 billion. Shit is fucking crazy. I'm trying to decide. Do I want to watch the basketball game? Or do I want to get on Forza? you're not winning $2 billion in the lotto, they not allowing it. I don't know. I've never bought a lottery ticket in my life, so fucking I don't even know what it would be at. I don't know what the Powerball would be at and shit. Let me go to the bathroom real quick and I'll make up my mind. Also, people literally don't understand how tax brackets work. They don't. And what I do understand is, you know what's funny? Before I go to the bathroom, since I went to DC a couple weeks ago, I've been getting a lot of DC stuff on my For You page. They just announced they building a Buc-ee's in the DMV, man. Come on, I might have to come back, bro. I might have to come back to the city. That y'all getting a Buc-ee's? It's not gonna be in DC. It's gonna be in Northern Virginia. But that's still you said, wait, what? I'm being so for real, Cammy. They're building a Buc-ee's in the Potomac area. Let me see. DMV Buc-ee's. I'm being so for real. Buc-ee's Travel Center planned in Stafford County approved despite resident pushback. The residents didn't want it, but they got it, bruh. No, not a Columbia Pike Buc-ee's, bruh. I think it's gonna be like 30, 40 minutes outside the city or some shit like that. Stafford out the way, don't piss me off. My fucking elbow, man. I'm so sick of Buc-ee's. It's addictive though. I want to try them beaver nuggets, dude. All right, let me go to the bathroom. Y'all enjoy these clips, man. Remember, if you clip something, which hardly anybody ever does, because only one clip has been generated today, it appears in the stream.